Go for that Linux Foundation, use that Node.js, and using that Node.js, we can write the applications. Now, even Microsoft also realize the power of this open source community, power of this particular open source development, and acceptance of this particular open source development, which is called Node.js by the industry. So Microsoft also wanted their .NET framework applications can be developed using C# language. And even though they are using C# language, our C# community can develop application which is platform independent. That is why .NET Core is now available. Yes, you're right. So .NET Core is also like a Node.js, but Node.js is widely accepted, widely used, and even Microsoft also used Node.js for the application development. Okay, so now .NET developers have a choice. Do you want to go for Node.js or do you want to go for .NET Core? But let me tell you, Jatinder, one more thing. People are using .NET Core. They are writing their .NET applications. But whenever the front-end part comes for the .NET Core applications, they have started using AngularJS or React.js. Now for that Angular or React, now if they wanted to do development, they also required Node.js. Some of you who have attended my previous sessions for Angular, they remember whenever you want to do some Angular application development, so you really require Angular SDK to be downloaded first, and then we can do the development. So if you want to use Angular SDK, means Angular modules, you need to download that Angular CLI. And if you want to have Angular CLI, you require Node.js. So what is exactly that? I would say Node.js is like a more uniform open source platform, and .NET Core is a Microsoft solution for giving you open source drive where C# language, your .NET like a logic can be reused across operating systems. Okay, no? So it's a 3-4 years old technology, you say .NET Core, and it's more than almost a 10 years technology, and which has been accepted by everywhere. I hope Jatinder you got the answer. You have any kind of question so that I can proceed further? You can use the chat window. I will be able to see your questions. Okay. Smith is asking one more question here to me. He's saying, uh, how the Node.js help us in React Native mobile apps? Oh, a very strange question. If you are a mobile application developing and you said that React Native, so can I just do one thing to answer this question? I'm just going back to the Google. Google is always me for like a reference. I type it here, native application React.js. When I enter, I directly go back to the official website page of this React. I think we always call native React. Okay, it's a React Native is a kind of like a framework we use to build mobile applications, which are mobile apps. There are two types of apps we always create for the mobile. One is called a hybrid mobile app, and second is called like a native mobile app. Now native mobile apps are like a iOS developer is writing iPhone app, and we wanted to use again native applications who can take the advantage of native services of the mobile device, and they want to build applications. So Facebook has given what's that, React Native like a thing. If I just go back and click on this area, see React Native Facebook open source. When I open it here, I'm trying to go for the web page github.io, and here I really find to build a native mobile app you need to use JavaScript and React. Oh, that means you want to use JavaScript as a programming language using that virtual DOM, correct? No, you will be able to write the code, and you write this class using native React, correct? No, that is the way that they have only shown a source code, correct? No, yes, source was given, but actually if you just go back and find this one word given here, get started. Build native mobile apps using JavaScript and React. So getting started, when I just click on this area, have you observed one command here? Oh, that means if I wanted to build a mobile app using a React Native, I need that React Native SDK to be downloaded on my developer machine. Then I would be able to use JavaScript as a programming language for making that React mobile applications. So to have a developer environment for native, we require those node modules. And those node modules you can only download if you use a command npm install command. And if you want to use that npm install command, you require a Node.js. So that means, Smith, what I am trying to tell you inside this thing, if you wanted to be mobile application developer, if you want to build a mobile app, to build a mobile app, you wanted to build your developer environment, and for the developer environment, you require libraries. These libraries all are JavaScript libraries, which you have to download and you have to use it for building mobile app. That is why you require Node.js. So it is exactly the same kind of answer I will give you. Why do I really require a gas and the cylinder in my kitchen? Now you wanted to cook non-veg food, or you want to cook your vegetarian food, or you want to go for like a uh, what do I say, like a Chinese food or something. Any food you want to cook, what do you really require? You require that in the inside a kitchen, a gas cylinder and that particular burner. So that burner and that gas cylinder is actually a role we play them as your concept Node.js. Got it. So okay, you said something. I got your point, sir. React framework need Node.js. Got the answer. You got the answer. Let me just go further. Coming back to the point. So that is one area. But Smith, just don't focus yourself that only for this reason Node.js is used. I think you might be a mobile application developer and you wanted Node.js from that perspective. But my point is not to focus to build that particular environment. My focus, can we use Node.js as an engine and write a directly code? I don't require C++ compiler. I don't require C# compiler. I don't require any PHP environment so that I would be able to write my code. I'm a just simple developer. If I'm a simple developer, can I just do one small thing? Let me just do one thing. Go back on this computer, find some Windows Explorer. I'm just coming to the Windows Explorer. Let me just do one thing. Use Windows Explorer here. Can I just find there's a one particular workshop folder is available? I have the folder. Can I just go back inside this folder and write a simple text file? Yes, I could really go back and try to create a text file. Let me give the name for the text file. Hello. First, Node.js application. I would like to make this particular file behave like a JavaScript file. I'm just making this extension .js file. See, a simple JavaScript file has been created, but the JavaScript file wanted to have some kind of JavaScript code. Let me just go back and open this Node.js. I can open in any editor. So you might use editor like a notepad. You can come inside this notepad file, increase the font of that notepad. Going back further, adding some lines of code. Oh, it's a JavaScript. I can declare a variable where name. I can initialize the variable. I'm just initializing like a string. I want to declare a variable like a count variable where count equal to something like a 50. Can I increase the variable count plus plus? Yes. Can I display the data? Yes. I think we don't have printf sentence. We don't have system.out.println sentence. We don't have console.writeLine function. Rather than we have a simple function console.log. And for that console.log function, I'm just giving the data. Welcome or else hello Node.js. I can really type any kind of text and I can really display that text using this console.log. No, actually I want to display name. So console.log. What is that variable we created? Name variable, no? So can I just write here simple thing? TFL concatenation name. Yes, I could display. Oh, I also want to display the variable console.log, the variable which has been incremented, and I want to display. Have you seen? That's it. I saved this particular file. Oh, am I creating some Angular application? No. Am I creating some React application? No. Am I writing some kind of application which is called a web-based application? No. Am I writing something like a GUI application? No. I'm simply writing one JavaScript file which has got the programming instructions, and these instructions I wanted to execute. So my file is written. Let me save this file. I have saved this particular file. The file is just like a JS file. Extension for this file is a JS file, and I wanted the JavaScript file to be executed. Oh, whenever you write any source code file, I think the source code file need to be compiled. If you really think about here in this king, I'll just do one thing. I'll go back to this particular folder, and under this folder, I'll just write a command called cmd. When I type the cmd command for the folder, automatically console window is going to open with the same folder name, and I will just do one small thing. If Node.js is installed on your machine, you just type the command node, specify hello first Node.js, and simply just do one small thing. Run this particular file. What happened? So Smith, you observe here, we have just written a JavaScript file, and the JavaScript file is executed by using our command. That command is called Node.js. And what is the output we have seen? Hello Node.js. TFL, welcome to Transfer. The value of the variable was 50. It was incremented to 51, and we are able to display the data. Oh, that means we have written a simple program, and the program is executed by whom? Node.js. So what is Node.js now? Node.js is an engine. Node.js is an execution engine. Anything which is execution engine, actually in Microsoft technology, in Java technology, or any technology, we call them as runtime, no? Yes. Node.js is a execution environment. Node.js is a runtime where we can write simple JavaScript code and run that JavaScript code. Now you tell me, it is just like a pure engine. Like the same thing I said, it's just like a gas and burner which you have in a kitchen. Now you cook any kind of food. Good. Thank you. So here my intention can, oh, did I install any software for this to do this execution? No, I did not do any installation. I just did only one small installation. What is that installation? Node.js. So this Node.js is exe. This Node.js is a DLL. This Node.js is a library. Or this Node.js is what? What in what form this Node.js is given to you? Can somebody answer me? If it is engine, that engine might be in the form of some kind of format, some kind of file, some kind of way that might have been installed on my computer. So I think some of you might have answered. Somebody can share the answer. I have answer. I will be telling you the answer, but I would like some guesses from your side. Jatinder, what do you think? Node.js, is it a DLL? Is it a exe? Is it a .less file? Is it a Windows registry? Okay, now they're saying that this particular Node.js is a MSI file. Now, where did you find that Node.js, that MSI file? Because sorry, now you observe on my computer when I download, under downloads folder. Have you checked it? Once I went to this particular Google, no. So when I just come across and I just saw here inside, okay, console window. Let me close this console window. I think we just come across this Node.js like a page back. So then we really observe here Node.js when the word was typed. Okay, we just saw that downloads. I think MSI file, no, this MSI file, Navdeep, it is something a installer. But once this installer is double click and it is installed. Okay, Shalu has given me a very good answer here. She said that actually it is not a MSI file, it's a exe file. So can you just do one thing? If this MSI file is extracted, installed, I think automatically on your computer machine, once the installation process been taken care, automatically on your C drive, program files folder, date modified, you might find there's one folder been created automatically. Have you seen Node.js folder? I just come across one folder here. If you just see program files, .NET, can you see Node.js folder? Node.js N. Have you observed? Node.js is a folder created. And if I just open this Node.js folder, you really find Node.js is what? Exe. So, okay, Shalom has given right answer that it is a exe. So what this exe is doing, next question. But have you observed when this Node.js is installed, the exe is also been created, and at the same time, there are some other kind of exe also been available. Have you seen one more file here? And at the same time, have you observed one more thing here? This knowledge is very essential for anybody who is going to be like a React Native mobile app developer, or might be Angular developer, or might be just plain React developer, or might be Vue.js developer, or might be a front-end application developer or back-end application developer. This Node.js knowledge is essential for everyone. And we are just observing, after installing Node.js, these files are created. These files is actually representing your Node.js runtime environment. I said that it is a runtime environment. If it is a runtime environment, my simple question will be to you, runtime environment means what? What do you expect? Something is called runtime environment, and that runtime environment does a lot of work for us. In my simple demonstration, I just did one thing. I wrote a simple JavaScript code, and simple JavaScript code was executed. And this code is executed, I got the output. Now my simple, one more question. If it is a Node.js exe is going to represent a runtime. So if you say Java virtual machine is a runtime, common language runtime is a runtime, and Node.js is also runtime. So question comes, what are the characteristics of runtime? Could you guess? The first thing, you may have your operating system Linux. You may have your operating system Mac OS. Or you may have your operating system now here at this moment. I'm trying to point out Windows, Windows 10, Windows Server, anything, Windows OS. On the top of there's a Node.js will be runtime. Here is the runtime on the top of which is installed. I call it a Node.js. But this Node.js is going to be run on your computer as one node.exe. Now you remember one thing, whenever I say node.exe, node.exe on a Windows platform is always run as a process. Very good. Jatinder, you are trying to give me very good kind of insights. I'm going to share with all people. Node.js is actually running on a Windows platform as what? Process. And this process will do some kind of processing. So Jatinder has mentioned actually runtime gives us memory management. Fantastic. Memory management. I'm just adding Jatinder's points. Again, he used word called manage code because Jatinder is coming from .NET background. If somebody was Java developer will call them as bytecode. Then Jatinder also said that object lifetime. So Node.js is a runtime. Runtimes take care of number one thing. Runtimes take care of execution. Now you'll ask me a question. What is the meaning of execution? Number one, execution means number one is memory management, stack, heap. Remember, execution also means processing the instructions. Oh, that means something called multitasking, memory management, allocating the memory, multitasking, performing multiple tasks. And second is what? Task execution. Multiple tasks would have been there. One particular task is getting executed. So that task is getting means what? That task to be executed, you require some kind of computation, no? Oh, that means you require something called processing. So any particular runtime is responsible for memory management, multitasking, task execution with the help of computation. Computation is always going to process by using something called your CPU. And also it uses some kind of concept. That concept is called multiple threads. Remember? What is the word I use here? The most important word I'm just putting here at this moment, my dear friends. Multiple threads. And very good part. Whenever you install this Node.js, so during that time, we really observe here inside the process is created. And whenever on a Windows platform, listen very carefully. on a Windows platform, whenever any particular, what is the command I typed here? Have you checked it? If I come back to the folder which I was focusing back, remember Node.js folder? In this Node.js folder, actually we have got the JavaScript file created. Then I wanted this particular JavaScript file to be executed. So I just did one small thing. I just typed cmd. I got the console window. In that console window, I simply type a command node. Oh, if you just type node command, that means node.exe. And for that node.exe, you're giving input. That is nothing but your file name. And when you press enter, we got the execution. That is called executions happen. So in this case, have you observed this thing has come, got the data. So here, this input file, where is JavaScript? According to my diagram, just let me complete this and then I'll come back to someone's question. Where is your JavaScript file going? Your JavaScript file is going to be input within the process. So here is my hello.js file, which is input for the process. Now this lines of code which are inside, they are executed under this process. So whenever a process is created within a Windows operating system, for the process, there's automatically one thread is assigned by the Windows operating system. I think we call that thread as, if you remember your education which are done, what is the thread called? Primary thread. This primary thread comes and start executing your code, and we finally get the output. That is what exactly happened. My simple question, what is the extension of this particular file? Is it a JavaScript? Yes, it is JavaScript. Do you know JavaScript is a single threaded programming language or multi-threaded programming language? Can you just go and check on the internet? People do ask question. Tell me whether C# language is a multi-threaded programming language? Yes. Okay, what about Java? Even Java is also a multi-threaded programming language. And now somebody asks question, what about JavaScript? No. JavaScript is a single threaded programming language. Jatinder, you perfectly said JavaScript is a single threaded programming language. But just now I said something here, no? One of the most important word. What is that word? Multitasking. Runtime is a kind of environment. That environment allows multiple tasks to be executed. Up till now in our college, in our education area, we will find multitasking is always achieved by using something called multiprocessing. Multiple processes are created, but even though multiple processes are created, these all multiple processes are kept in queue, no? Yes, these all processes are kept in a queue, and all the processes which are in queue are executed with the help of only one processor. I think that is called microprocessor. So if you have only one microprocessor and you got multiple processes being pipeline a queue, I think every particular multiple process, every process will have its own kind of like a time scheduling mechanism, and the CPU time has been shared between all those particular processes and the work has been carried out. But ultimately, if it's a Windows platform, we say that one CPU will have multiple threads. Every thread will take the multi-process execution code and will keep for execution. Oh, that means one thing we understood on a Windows platform, multitasking is achieved by using multi-threading. And multi-threading is always done by using multiple threads, correct, no? There might be one thread is responsible for memory management. There might be one particular thread is responsible for thread scheduling. There might be one particular thread is responsible for doing some background tasks. There might be one particular thread is responsible for actually continuously wait for client requests coming from the browser. Now what is happening? Multiple threads are there. These multiple threads will work parallelly and will give our application working fine. But have you observed your code is in the form of JavaScript, no? Yes, your code is in the form of JavaScript. But can the JavaScript file will contain number of callback functions? Yes, we can really write number of JavaScript callback functions. One callback function, second callback function, third callback function, and these four callback functions can be executed by the runtime using these multiple threads. So even though your code is a JavaScript code which has got multiple callback functions, these multiple callback functions will be internally executed by internal threads, and these internal threads will give us that multitasking behavior. So what is the advantage of Node.js? Node.js is a runtime which provides us such a runtime environment where multiple tasks can be executed parallelly and the work would have been carried out. Even though your file is a single thread file, internally the environment will simulate as a multitasking application and you do that whole work. That is why, my dear friend, it is called your runtime. Okay, no? So are these threads same as a CPU hyper threads? Yes, I think you are almost coming very close. These are like internal threads. Somebody can call these threads as a kernel threads. Somebody call them as this thing. Okay, no? These threads are internally managed very well, so they never come across a deadlock condition. And this particular thing we don't have control also. What we can do, we can maximum only write JavaScript functions within our file, and we give this particular files to node command, and that particular command will be executing the whole thing. But internally, those all internal threads will actually handle work, and these are totally threads will never come to a scenario like a deadlock or resource sharing problem or starving. So can a simple developer will focus on the business requirement. By understanding that business requirement, he will write JavaScript functions and he will put the JavaScript function to node environment, and rest of the complexity of multitasking, inter-process communication, socket programming, everything will be handled by that Node.js environment. So the developer will focus on the business application development, others will focus on the inter part. That is a simple kind of concept. Actually, we report as a Node.js. So this Node.js you can install on Windows platform. You don't have to worry about how multiple threads are internally worked. This Node.js can be installed Mac OS. You don't have to worry about how this particular multiple tasks are run parallel in a Mac OS platform. Or you just install Node.js on a Linux platform, and internet will use a concept called fork commands. And you will take that. You don't have to worry about it. You just focus on writing your file IO operations, your database centric code, your server application which will keep continuously listening on a port, and multiple requests will come from the customer side and they will be able to handle it here. So hiding the complexity of internal execution has been done by Node.js runtime environment. Developer can only write the JavaScript file and target to that Node.js environment and get the work done. That's it. Here you come across the real understanding of a Node.js. So if you know this particular Node.js engine in such a refined format very well, now you can use this engine for anything. Now you use this engine for writing file operation. You use this engine so that you can write such a kind of code which will do multiple tasks concurrently. Or we can write such kind of code using JavaScript which can create a socket server. Or we can use such kind of JavaScript code with the help of this Node.js. We can really create them behave like an application server, behave like a web server. So why we should go for Node.js? My simple question to tell you at this moment. Okay, the benefit of going for Node.js. Just take a fresh any OS. Just take any fresh any OS, and on that OS, either you write applications and deploy applications. On OS, you can write application and deploy application, or on that OS, you can write your own servers, or on that particular OS, we can directly write your own services. So I will write my application using JavaScript file. I can write my server using my JavaScript file. I can write my services using JavaScript file. You just do one thing on the top of this operating system, just install Node.js and write your own kind of code, JavaScript code. If you are SaaS developer will directly write a services and deploy these services. I think those services we call them as REST API. Now you will have one developer. Now that developer can be a call as a server developer, means he is responsible for writing servers. Think about on Microsoft platform we have got IIS. Java application code runs up by using Tomcat, JBoss server, Apache server. Or PHP application can be deployed directly on Apache server. I think we are directly purchasing application servers and installing those application servers on operating system. Can we develop our own application server? Can we develop our own web server? Yes, it is possible on this particular Node.js platform. You can write your own web server, or you can write your own application server, or you can write your own database server. But how do you write these servers? These all servers you write as JavaScript files. Or second, when somebody will become like application developer, and that application developer wanted to write his own kind of web application, he might be interested for writing his own web application. Now he will write that web application as a JavaScript file. Oh, this application could look like as a web application, that means e-commerce application, library management system application, timesheet management application. He can write these applications, and the language he will use JavaScript. So what do you find? I think full stack. Or somebody, it may happen that you might be a developer. The developer is not interested for writing application, but he's responsible for writing what kind of application now? Front end application. So he can use a front end, he can use a only front end. Front end means only UI application. So he can use Node.js, he can use Angular, he can use React, he can use Ionic framework, or he can use Cordova, or he can use something other kind of things and build this application again JavaScript, and he can develop this as a client application. So what is the advantage? Having a OS, Win, Mac, or Linux. We can individually create services, we can individually write server, we can individually write application, or we can only focus on our UI application. That is what exactly we learn in Angular. But for this thing, this Node.js was actually responsible for that thing. Got the idea? If I summarize, I'm giving introduction to the Node.js, and that time I told you about something. Node.js is nothing but a runtime environment. This runtime environment you can use to build applications. This runtime environment you can build this particular thing as a server, or this runtime environment we can build as a services. Those services we call them as RESTful APIs. I also use over here database, no? Yes, MongoDB is database given by someone. Can we write our own database server, and the database server we will take care of writing our kind of data format? Like Oracle has a .ora file, SQL has a file called .mdb file. No, SQLDB might be having some kind of file format. Can Ravi Tamde in a transfer company wanted to introduce his own RDBMS database? That database will be called as TFLDB, and that database I will write, and I'll give this database for all people who wanted to store their data. So how do I write that line support? File I operation, multitasking, callback mechanism, store procedures, everything I design my own way and give this customer to someone. That is the beauty of going for Node.js. So either you focus only on area, you will become here as a service application developer. Here you will become here as a developer, as a application developer, or you can do everything together. Then I will call that development as full stack development. Okay, no? So Node.js allows us to build application right from the scratch as a full stack application, run that full stack application, maintain that full stack application. Or we can only focus as a SaaS developer or a server developer or the application developer. Yes? Okay. I think Prakar is asking me one question inside this. Can the same machine be used as a server as well as a host front end? Yes, you can. I can really have a Node.js. On that Node.js environment, I will download Angular CLI, and then I will use my Angular CLI command to create my front-end application. And even this front-end application, I will deploy on my existing server. That is what exactly I'm going to show you in this particular training. So we can really use this machine behave like a server, as well as a host for front end. Now, when you say host for front end, that means this application. See, this particular application, no? This application will become a front end. The front end will be installed here. See, the front end is installed here. That might be Angular, that might be React. This front end is nothing but a bundle that is installed on my node process. This is my application. This is the application. We will call them as Express application. On that Express application, the front end is also hosted, and that is listening on port 8080. And now somebody can access directly a end user on his computer. It is possible. So Nitin is asking one question here. When JavaScript file input to the Node.js for execution, is Java code compiled, interpreter, or directly run Node.js? Now, normally whenever we talk about in application development, actually we don't have concept here something called JavaScript compiler. Now, to give these answers very clear to the question which has been asked by Nitin, I'm just putting his question also in front of you so that all of you can see that question here. Can you see the questions of Nitin? When the JavaScript file input is given to the node.exe for execution, is Java code compiled or interpreted or directly run? My simple answer, JavaScript code is not compiled. JavaScript code is interpreted by your engine, and that engine is called V8 engine. In a diagrammatic fashion, if I want to show you, Nitin, your answer, see here. I'm just keeping the question aside and making a space for room for myself to show your execution process of Node.js application and execution deploying process. See here. There are two types of compilers. No, there are two types of way application development is normally taken place. Traditional way, C, C++, Java, C Sharp. Whenever you use this higher level programming language, yes, C, C++, Java. These all programming languages are called as higher level programming languages. These programming languages, source code is written. Source code, CS, Java, VB, or might be. These files are given for the compilation process. So you use compiler. That compiler is called C Sharp compiler, Java C compiler, VBC compiler. This compiler converts your source code in the form of executable code. This code is actually called as a platform neutral code. Now you'll ask me a question, neutral code means if your file is C Sharp file, the file will become like a exe file. That will contain a code, MSIL code. If your code is Java code, I think that code will be called as a bytecode. Means no source code, compile code, neutral code, platform neutral code. Now this code is further given to the execution engine. Now in case of .NET, the execution engine is CLR. In case of Java, the execution engine is JVM. And then finally, we really find the application's output available. Might be in the form of data or might be in the form of user interface. But whenever you write a JavaScript code, now when the JavaScript file is given as input, now to whom this JavaScript input is given? There's no JavaScript compiler, first of all. The JavaScript file is directly given to the input. To whom? Node.js process. Here I'm trying to talk about a Node.js process. So within a process, let me tell you one thing is there inside. Last time I did not draw, now I'm trying to put it here. Node.js contains one engine. That engine is called V8 JavaScript engine. So where the JavaScript file is given input to whom? JavaScript engine. And the JavaScript engine takes each and every statement one by one. and directly give for the execution, and we finally get the output. So that means here the JavaScript code is interpreted, no compile. Directly JavaScript file is given input to the JavaScript engine, which is called V8 engine. This V8 engine is nothing but a specification defined by whom? Chrome, to write the JavaScript engine. So JavaScript engine will take that whole JavaScript code and convert the code in the form of native instructions. Listen carefully. Native code, and that native code is nothing but your OS dependent code. So below is your OS. Now if its OS is Windows, it is going to be Windows API. If it is going to be Linux, Linux will have those kind of commands are like a Linux specific machine level code that is done by the Chrome engine that thinks to you. So my JavaScript code is actually totally interpreted code as I'm giving the answer. Okay, directly JavaScript code is run on Node.js, and this is done by using whom? JavaScript engine. So then question comes, what the JavaScript engine is doing? It is converting your code into native code, no? But that is in the form of like a JIT. JIT stands for just in time. Just in time, your execution is happening, the work has been taken place. Got it?